After a slow start to the season, it's likely that success for the young Phoenix Suns will be measured in terms of potential rather than the playoffs. But there is hope in the desert, due in part to second-year guard Devin Booker, who at 20 years old has a chance to average his age in points. Booker's elite skill set and easygoing personality peg him as a star in the making. But the player who wears number 1 for the Suns won over his number 1 fan simply by saying hello.
This is my room. This Sun stuff. There's balls. And this is my guys.
A team couldn't ask for a more loyal fan than Jenna Warren. The outgoing 17-year-old wears her heart on her sleeve, and that sleeve is usually colored Phoenix purple and orange. Jenna likes other sports, but her affection for the Suns is absolute. Her room is filled with mementos.
So I get to give her this, personally signed it. We're up there cheering in the stands, and he had the tell guy run it up to her. And then he signed it after for her.
You know everybody.
Mm-hmm. And gorilla.
And the gorilla.
And you know the gorilla?
Mm-hmm. All of them.
Do you talk to the gorilla?
Mm-hmm.
Does he ever talk back?
No.
Nothing. On game day, Jenna is a force to be reckoned with.
What is it, gay, guys?
It's your number 1 super fan.
She and her family have been season ticket holders since 2010. They make a habit of arriving early. So early that last year they caught the attention of rookie Devin Booker, who couldn't help but notice the enthusiastic teen who more often than not beat him to the court and hung on his every shot, even in warm-ups.
Every warm-up, every shot I made, she'd clap. If it almost went in and went out, she'd be like, ooh. So I kept hearing it behind me, and I never really said anything about it. But then one day, I approached them, went and introduced myself to them, told them I appreciate the support. They had my jersey at the time. Only Jenna had my jersey at the time. And I was like, this is really special. So that's what caught my eye immediately. And once I met her family, that's when the relationship just took off.
Before a game, we meet.
Did he come over to say hi?
Yes.
Yeah? What did he say?
Devin.
He just introduced himself?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have been friends ever since?
Mm-hmm.
Jenna's mom, Gracie, sensed right away that Jenna, who has Down syndrome, had found a friend who could see beyond her disability.
He talks to her. He takes time out. He just talks with her. And I appreciate that about Devin, that he's treated her, just like a typical person that he wanted to get to know. I told my husband, I'm like, I know he has to have a special needs person in his life because the way he treats her is so different than somebody who maybe doesn't have that close contact with somebody.
She was right. Devin's 14-year-old sister, Maya, has a genetic disorder called microdeletion syndrome. For Devin, approaching Jenna felt familiar. How do you think your relationship with your sister affected the way you were able to interact with Jenna?
Well, I could just be myself, because growing up with my sister, it's not different to me. People will be around and kind of feel comfortable and feel like they have to treat them like a different way, but it's not like that. They're just like us. We're special in us, I'd say, in a good way. And it's just, I'm so comfortable around it now that, it's not, people always say, you always know what to say. And it's like, I'm just saying what I'm thinking. It's just a natural instinct for me now.
Now their pregame routines include each other, when Jenna shoots probing questions at her favorite shooting guard.
They eat before game.
I eat before, what I eat?
Yeah.
Pasta. I just had pasta.
But the highlight of their friendship so far began with a question Devin had for Jenna last spring.
Hey Jenna, I just got exciting news that I'll be representing our Phoenix Suns in this year's NBA Draft Lottery in New York City. Since I'll be representing our great city and our great fans, I want to personally invite you and your family, the biggest Suns fans I know, to join me to take on New York City. Let me know what you think.
Let's go. Let's do it.
You're gonna go with Booker.
I don't think anything else crossed my mind other than taking Jenna. And she deserved it. The support that she has for us, like I said, through wins and losses, she definitely deserved that moment. So she always says, it's the best weekend of her life. Her parents say it's the best weekend of her life. And, that's important to me.
One of my best friends, she's sitting in the front row right there. Her name's Jenna Warren.
It was more than we expected. We thought maybe we'd spend just a little short time with Devin, but we spent the whole day with him. We ate lunch, went to the NBA store, played in New York City, played basketball.
Drive.
Yeah, driving with the traffic it was fun. It was all fun.
The experience was documented on Jenna's growing Instagram account, which in October also shared the day she met Devin's brother and Maya, new friends on a very long list that just happens to include an up-and-coming NBA star she calls her baby. Is Devin a better basketball player or a friend?
Friend.
It reminds me back of my sister. Every time I'd have a bad game, my sister would call me and be like, well, you made a good shot here. And you don't really realize that in the moment because, you know, we get so frustrated and caught up in things, bad games, losing games. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is bigger than basketball.